Hello, AGP students and families. Mr. Gotti and I thought it would be nice to put together a little tutorial to help you navigate through this new remote learning system that we have in place. So right now you're seeing my desktop and I am on a MacBook. I know many of you are on Chromebooks or iPads. So as we have mentioned previously, if you are doing your schoolwork on an iPad, our suggestion is that you download the Google apps that you'll be using not only in AGP, but as well as with your homeroom teacher. So Google Drive, Google Calendar, Gmail, Chrome, Classroom, Photos if you'd like. So I have Chrome in my dock. So if you're on a MacBook, you have the Launchpad. If you're on a Chromebook, something similar. There's a little gear button to the left here. But in the Launchpad are the different applications. So let's say I wanted a dictionary in my dock. I would simply drag it down here, and now it's added to my dock. All right, so again, on the desktop, I try not to save too much work because that's not backed up into, or on the cloud, excuse me. So the first thing I'm going to do when I start my day is go to Google Chrome. I open that up. These are my bookmarks. So these are the websites that I visit often. As you can see, there's many of them. So for you, we've been using Google Classroom, Google Drive, Gimkit. So if you want to bookmark something, you see how this is already starred here. Let's say I want to check out a Philadelphia Eagles website. I click on it. So if you want to bookmark Gimkit, what you do here is you can press Command D or this star, and now it's going to bookmark the Philadelphia Eagles website. So I have it saved in my bookmarks. This drop down arrow, and there's the Philadelphia Eagles. So again, I'm going to click on Chrome. I'm going to open up, and what we suggest is maybe a few minutes before class, you get into your Google Drive. This also up here, you can get a new tab. So I might have my Google Classroom open. And here's all of the AGP students in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. So you could also open a new tab for Join Gimkit. Oops. Play Gimkit, I'm sorry. So you could have these tabs already open and you're ready to go during our scheduled meeting. So as a reminder, 5th grade, we are going to have 2 meetings available to you on Tuesdays. Those meetings are going to be Zoom meetings now. The meetings will take place at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Again, they're not required. If you want to check in, stop in, see how you're doing, check in with Ms. Rigatti or myself. It is the time that is available to you. So Tuesdays at 11 and 2 p.m. 3rd grade, we have 1 p.m. on Mondays, and 4th grade, we have 1 p.m. on Tuesdays. Again, if you and your parents need to meet with Mrs. Rigatti or myself privately or want to go over a few things, just shoot us an email, and we can make those arrangements. All right, so when you're in your Google Classroom, it looks a little bit different from the teacher end, but the stream is where we'll post the meeting link, so it'll stay. Now we're back to Zoom. They updated their security, so Zoom is now being used throughout the district, and the meeting ID and the password will stay the same, AGP. So the stream is similar to Twitter. This is where you'll see information regarding our class. Classwork is where you want to add your projects as well as see your assignments. So here's your Statue of Liberty research for 4th grade. Anything with an attachment, you want to click on the attachment. So for 3rd grade, when I click on classwork, here is the graphic organizer and the directions for accessing that, and also attaching the attachment is the graphic organizer that we provided for you. All right, so back to my drive. These are documents I recently worked on, and as we mentioned before, some people call it the waffle or the 9 dots. When you click on that, here's your tiles. As we mentioned, your Gmail is going to get pretty filled, because every time any of your teachers post anything to Google Classroom, you're going to receive a email. So you can go ahead and delete all of those, the ones that you don't need. So one of the things that we're asking you to do is keep track of your Gmail. Make sure you're deleting emails that you don't need, keeping the ones that you do. Whatever system works for you, but we would recommend cleaning it up and keeping an eye on that. These tiles can be moved around. So these are your Google applications. So here's your Classroom, your Drive, and some of you we introduced Google Calendar to. Now with Google Calendar, it's not a requirement to use. You can use a paper calendar if you like, but what we did is set up reoccurring Zoom meetings for all of you from now to the end of the school year. So tomorrow, for instance, 5th grade has an option to join at 11 a.m. as well as 2 p.m. 4th grade has the option to join at 1 p.m. So you just join the meeting. If they're requiring a password, it's AGP. We set it up that you'll receive an email one day before as a reminder. If you can't make the meeting and you need to meet with Ms. Rigatti or myself, please just shoot us an email. But if you accept these meetings, so if I go to next Monday, there's my 3rd grade meeting. The following Monday is Memorial Day, so you wouldn't have school, but the 26th, again, 2 options for 5th grade, as well as the option for 4th grade. So as I scroll through my calendar, those meetings are reoccurring. And then simply click on Join the Meeting. So that's your Google Calendar. Again, it's not required, but it's just a nice tool to use to keep yourself organized. And you can use a paper calendar as well. So in your classroom, again, the stream is for announcements. The classwork is where you're posting and viewing your assignments. People and grades are the students involved, and the grades are for the teachers that are running the class. So we have moved from back to Zoom again from Google Meets, just because for a variety of reasons, but the Zoom is now a little more secure and seems to be a little easier to navigate for students and teachers alike. So we'll post that in the stream right before your class meets. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to email me or Mrs. Rigatti.